right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Late Night Hump Comedy. I am your host, Jordan Freed, and that is spelled like fried. And I am most definitely fried. So I am qualified to be your host tonight. So buckle up. If you guys want to come and be more comfortable, come on out. There's no bugs out here. There would have to be light out here for there to be bugs out here. It is a very safe place out here. My jokes are a lot like window shopping. A lot of people look up at them, but they don't get them. But it's going to be a fun time today. I wish you guys would come out here, but you know what? I made the speaker loud enough so that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Shit was about to just come on. A song with that sample. I don't know if that played already. That's, it just doesn't matter, you know, out here. I was traveling with the circus recently, and then my mushrooms wore off. I went to get a haircut the other day, and the lady said that I had nice hair, so I just walked out. I saw KFC connected to a Taco Bell the other day, which was good, because I knew I wanted Southern food. I just didn't know how South. I was thinking, do you guys think that particles ever get pissed that they just have to be there? You know, like there's just no matter what, it's just like, fuck, I have to be here still? Like, why can't I just not exist? Why can't I just not matter? And it's just like, you are matter. But, I don't know. I'm glad that I'm not, like, specifically particles, you know? One day I'm just gonna move on and my particles will remain. But, I don't know. It must suck being particles. I was at the grocery store. I also was wondering about Spartacus, but we'll talk about that later. Why is it the only thing at the grocery store that's still real is mayonnaise? Why are they advertising real mayo? It's like, oh, there's no real beef, there's no real soybeans, there's no real corn, but we got real mayo. What does that even mean? It's just the eggs? We use real eggs and fat, and we just blend it a little harder? Who's upset about fake mayo? Did somebody complain about the fake mayo? I guess it's all natural mayo. On the way here, birds were shitting on my car. I think they know I'm polluting the environment. I would shit on people too if they were polluting my space, you know? This is why I throw shit at City Hall across the street. Teach them a good lesson. I'm zero waste. I stopped throwing out garbage. I just let it pile up in my house. You guys all think you're environmentally friendly. Oh, I'm a vegan now. Oh, I have an electric car. I don't throw out my garbage. I have to smell that all day, every day. And that's just helping the environment. 'Cause, like what? Everything you throw out goes into a landfill, you know? So I just don't throw it out. I am taking the problem out of existence until I run out of space in my house. You know, then I'll probably move. Then it'll be somebody else's problem, you know? I don't know. I guess that's kind of the deal with landfills already. They're already somebody else's problem. Wow, you guys are really conscious out here. I like it. You guys want to be around a little bit longer. That's super fun. I was watching that show on Netflix with The Medium, where he talks to ghosts. You guys see that? It's like the celebrity medium. I was thinking maybe he would talk to more ghosts if he was a large. I had this very famous sports journalist from my hometown. He was really athletic, but just in his fingers. I'm not really into cars, so when somebody asks me the make and model, I'm a little confused. Like, is somebody in a swimsuit that I missed? I don't know if it's the same here in Trenton, but like around me, there's a lot of free museums and art galleries that you can go to if you know how to sneak in. I'm going to end it on this one. Do we have some socialists out there? I feel like we have a pretty progressive audience. We got some socialists. Nice. I agree with socialists with most things. I feel like they're on the right side of what's going on right now. But one thing I don't get is they're just like, oh man, like money's not even real. And if like money's not real, then just give it to me. All right, we have a great show for you tonight. Some of your comics tonight have been on Comedy Central. They've been on YouTube, but the TV version of YouTube. So stay tuned. I'm probably the worst thing that you'll see all night, which like if you saw a car accident on the way here, I was probably a little bit better than that, but we'll keep the show rolling. Your first comic coming to the stage is hilarious. He performs all over the city and America and internationally. Give it up for Andrew Steiner, everybody. Shit. Whoa.
Thank you. Hello. I just want to tell you a little story. I had some crazy shit go on in my life. And I remember when I was 16 years old, I was a lifeguard, and one day another lifeguard brought in this plastic rectangle, and he turned it on, and it started chanting. It just started going, ah, da, da, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? And he's like, it's just, I got it at this Buddhist monastery, and it only plays this one song. It's just got a volume knob, and that turns it on, and you can either have this chant loud or soft, and that's all it does. And I'm like, can I have it? And he's like, yeah, here, take it. And so what I would used to do is I'd go in my friend's car, and they'd get high as fuck, and I just turn it on at the lowest volume, and eventually, like 20 minutes later, they'd be like, what the fuck is that? Do you hear that? And I'm like, no, I don't hear that. And they would lose their fucking mind. Cut to a few years later, I'm at college, and I'm depressed as fuck. And I think in order to be happy, you have to lie to yourself a little bit. Like, I tell myself I look like sexy George Costanza, you know? But I know in actuality I look like prison Larry David. And that's okay with me. I'm cool with that. But genetics has made depression easy for me, you know? Like, I'm a legacy admission to Wellbutrin Community College. But it's also the way I was raised. Like, my mom gave me a stuffed Eeyore toy and a goth babysitter and just sent me off to the races of depression, you know? And in college, I tried to self-medicate my depression with weed and alcohol and eventually mushrooms. And I did a lot of mushrooms. You know, mushrooms, if you've taken them, you know they kind of work exponentially. Like, you take 1/8, you talk to God. You take 2/8, you realize you're God. You take 3/8, you realize everything is God. And you take 4/8, you realize you don't understand fractions. That's 1/2, motherfucker. I remember when I was doing a lot of psychedelics, I made out with a tree. Yeah, it was all right. It was kind of hot. I didn't fuck the tree, but I imagine the weird thing about fucking trees is you got to chop them down to make sure they're your age. You know, the age of consent for trees has got to be like 200. So you gotta get to counting before your boner goes down. And I stopped doing mushrooms because I took like a half an ounce and I kept tripping like way after the trip ended. Like I would walk down the street and I'd hear shit and I'd be like seeing things sometimes when I closed my eyes for a second. I'd like see like I'd see Winnie the Pooh and Minnie Mouse having like nasty anal sex with no lube. You hear that? What the fuck is that? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm doing the Buddhist iPod trick. There we go. But no, the real reason I stopped doing mushrooms is because I did have a bad trip, and I take responsibility for taking half an ounce, but I don't take responsibility for going back in time and impregnating Hitler's mom. Because I didn't do that. But at the end of that trip, I thought I did. And I can still see that swastika I carved into her pubic hair afterwards. But it's not real. Now we all got that image. But the way that weed is a gateway drug to other drugs, mushroom is a gateway drug too to the Grateful Dead. But also to like spirituality. You know, like after I did mushrooms, I started meditating all the time. And now, I mean, I used to be spiritual. Now I'm kind of just trying not to steal from Whole Foods. That's where I'm at now. But I left college. I dropped out to find a guru, and I went to Asia because you can't really get enlightened in the suburbs. That just doesn't happen. So I went all over Asia. I went to Mongolia. Then I went to Thailand. And Thailand is proud of themselves for never having been invaded by a foreign army, just dudes in flip-flops, you know. And then I went to India. India was cool. I went to Varanasi, which is the holy city on the Ganges, where they burn their bodies in like a sacred rite. And they also have really great snack food. So I went there, smoked a lot of weed. Then I went up to Nepal. That was okay. I went to this Buddhist monastery, this Tibetan Buddhist monastery. And if you don't know the history of Tibet, you know, there's a lot of Tibetan refugees because, like, in the 1950s, China went to Tibet and was like, can I borrow some sugar? And then a lot of shit happened. And then Tibet, they went to India and Nepal. And, but I wasn't finding a guru there. So I went to this website called engagedzen.com. It's still up if you want to check it out. And this guy, this Buddhist monk, he's an anarchist Buddhist monk named Kobutsu Malone, which is Japanese for ancient Buddha Malone. And he had this philosophy that Buddhism is best practiced, you know, in the streets, you know, like protesting, getting laws passed, because you can't really change the world if you're in a monastery in the middle of nowhere unless you're a horrible person or you have a really loud car and you're annoying your neighbors, you know. So his whole thing was like, just put it out in the streets. And he would put out these recorded talks, these Dharma talks, and I would download them. And yeah, Buddhism, they invented nonviolence, and they also invented podcasts, which is pretty cool. And I emailed him, and he said, come visit me. I'm in Asia. I'm in Japan visiting my son at this monastery. So I changed my whole trip. I went to this monastery. I get off the bus. I go to the monastery, and it's like 2 blocks in from the main road, from like a highway. So I wasn't expecting much, but it was like a mountain and all these 400-year-old buildings, wooden carvings, pagodas, a lake. They had a crazy giant statue of a demon's red pussy with a Buddha-shaped dildo penetrating it. They didn't really have that, but that would make sense. That would be appropriate, because what better way to conquer your demons than by making them orgasm, right? And your demons are calling you like, I want to hang out, man, you're cool. Fuck, hit my clit again. And I talked to Kobutsu, and he said to me, I'm sorry, Andrew, I can't teach you. And I said, why not? And he said, because I can see the future. And you're definitely going to steal from Whole Foods. And that's true. About 3 years ago, I got arrested for stealing $250 worth of food from Whole Foods, which is lucky because I'd stolen over $10,000 worth of food. And they arrested me, and it was hard, man. It like depressed the shit out of me. I was in this little holding cell, and I was like, this can either be the beginning of a downward spiral, or this can be like the time I turn my life around. And ever since then, I turned my life around. I became a professional podcast producer. I work for a network. It's all good. But I'm thinking about like transitioning to be an actor, so I'm probably going to start robbing Trader Joe's. So get ready for that. Hopefully it works out the same way. And the monastery was intense, man. We would wake up at 3:30 in the morning and shave our head every day. And if you ever are going to give yourself a haircut at 3:30 in the morning, you might as well shave your head because you're just going to fuck it up and have to shave it anyway. So might as well just go for it in the first place. And I don't know, I kind of didn't love the new teacher. So I left the monastery. And leaving a Buddhist temple after a few months is kind of how I imagine it is to leave prison. I've never been to prison, but I imagine it's kind of the same. You know, like pop culture has passed you by. You're a lot skinnier. You're secretly bisexual. You know, there's a lot of similarities, I imagine. And I had the biggest depression of my entire life when I left. Like, the only time I left my house was to go study blues piano. That was the only time I left my house. And is it cool if I play you guys a song that I wrote when I left the monastery, a blues song? All right, let me do that. Here we go. I want my Buddhism, 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 Asian Buddhism blues. Yeah, that's it. That's a complete original. I didn't steal that from Chili's at all. But yeah, I was depressed as fuck, and I did what a lot of people do when they hit rock bottom. I went to community college, and that helped a little bit. You know, I was taking martial arts. That exercising helps depression, you know, and I always wanted to be like the greatest Jewish kickboxer ever when I was younger. They wanted them to call me the circumciser, you know, coming out to the ring, the circumciser. Everyone's like, snip him, you know. And then I lost my virginity. That helped my confidence a little bit. You know, I lost my virginity to a prostitute I found on Craigslist. In retrospect, I kind of wish it was a sex worker on Etsy. You know, get some of that small batch handcrafted pussy. I think that would have been a better choice in retrospect. And then I decided to start meditating again, you know, and I found out there was a retreat upstate, not that far from me. And I went up there, and I go to the grounds, and I'm like, what? I hear something weird. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? And then I realized it was the place where that Buddhist iPod was from. I just heard that. And I had the best meditation of my life ever there. And turns out you can't get enlightened in the suburbs. And that's my story. Thank you.
Give it up for Andrew Steiner, everybody! I don't know, I think meditation should be a part of everybody's life. There's a reason that, like, oxygen is something that we need to live, you know. I used to do Taekwondo, and if you do Taekwondo, they make you meditate, you know. So I think my brain is enlightened because of that, but physically, I could not do Taekwondo. Like, somehow I was a black belt in Taekwondo, but like once I turned 11, they stopped pre-cutting the back of the wood, and I went up in front of the whole class, and I was just like, Kia! Ow! And did not go through. And you know what? Taekwondo masters believe in perseverance. So they made me keep punching that piece of wood. You'll get through it eventually. Ah! They made me keep doing it. And mind you, every other person in the entire school's parents are out there watching me. And they're just like looking at me be a black belt. Well, while there's just like 35-year-old men who are just like white belts and they could just break like 6 boards. Now I do this so that I don't get beat up. Are you guys ready for your next comic of the evening? She's very funny. She hails all the way from New York City. Give it up for Francesca Maglione.
Good evening, everyone. I'm like tempted to come stand in this doorway, but I'm afraid I'm gonna the speaker's gonna squeak. It'll be okay. I feel like if I just came and did comedy here, it'd be like when your neighbor comes over and they just like won't leave. Like, I'm just gonna tell you jokes and you're like, ah, shit. Did you know we could come this far, gentlemen? Did you know I could come over here? I'm beyond the wall. Look at me. Threshold. Mine. I said I wasn't gonna smoke before this set, and then I smoked, so this is where we're at. Fitbit's telling me my heart rate's at 139 beats per minute. Don't have a Fitbit while you're getting high. Not a good idea. Way too much data. Way too much data. Okay, I'm sorry for that. You guys are still okay? You guys are good. Cool. You're beautiful back there. I adore you. Yeah, this is fun. So recently I stopped doing my Duolingo Lesiones de Español. That's all I got. And they were trying to motivate me to come back. And they sent me emails like, you were doing so great. Don't give up. Don't quit. And I was like, nah. And then they're like, oh, we're so sad. We miss you. And I was like, nah. And I was like, Duolingo, if you could just like throw some like real toxic shit my way, like we might get back together. If they were just like, you're a fucking failure, don't even come back here, we never want to see your face ever again, I might be like, please take me back, I promise I'll do better. You guys ever feel like that's just what you need? That's the kind of motivation I respond to. I looked at the box of tea bags that I have in my house, and I looked at who made them. And I was shocked to see that it was the same company that makes my tampons. And I just like couldn't get the idea out of my head that they were not using the same strings, those bastards. Right? Like, you know they're trying to save money. There's some kind of blend. There's a compromisable blend there. Yeah. Sometimes I leave my vegetables in the refrigerator for so long that they just like end up in a hospice situation. You know? Like, they're not going to leave there alive. That's their final resting place, or pre-final resting place, as hospice is. You know, I just feel like you see the cauliflower and you're like, oh, that bruise will heal if I just rotate it 45 degrees like a bed sore. It's never going to heal. And then you're just like looking at the celery, who's just like, looks like it's been on the morphine drip for days. And come on, you guys know what I'm talking about. Everyone has a Make-A-Wish zucchini at home. I know it. I'm sure of it. And then I always feel like obligated to like give them a little eulogy when they inevitably die. I'm like, today we're going to say goodbye to organic celery stalks. They were born and raised on a farm in Michigan. This is for their funeral, you know, the police come, interactive. We're on the way to Celery's funeral. All right, that's it. We're done with the funeral. We don't want to bum things out right now. I'm talking about funerals. We want to talk about masturbation. Yes. Yeah, we do. Particularly female masturbation, which I find is hard to talk about. I feel like I always imagine that men had it easier, like learning and, you know, feeling more comfortable with it, less shame around it than women. And I like imagine that they like, you know, when they were 12, they like all got together and like had a sleepover, and someone's mom made snacks and they were like jerking off and high-fiving, and they're like, we're men now. And like for me, I like learned to masturbate on accident on the edge of the chair in math class. I was like, oh, do I love algebra? Oh my God. And that I know it was like an important moment because I still get turned on by like anything remotely mathematical. Like sexually, I identify as a bottom, but I really prefer it if my fiance calls me the denominator. Yeah, that gets me going. But I am getting better at talking about it. Clearly. If you get on stage over and over and talk about masturbating, you will too feel comfortable masturbating. Message for the people at home. Or wherever they are. They might not be home. They might be at the bodega waiting for their sandwich, watching this comedy stream live. We don't know. Let us know, people at home. Is that what you're doing? Okay. Get me a fucking BLT, please. So sexually, I'm branching out. I did go to a sex club for the first time ever. Woo! Sex club. You guys heard that? You guys with us? He's like, yes. Okay, we're good. This is a challenge, but I'm up for it. You know, you guys here, them there. I'm having a good time. And and at the sex club, I thought I was going to have a good time, but unfortunately, not only was the first time I ever went to a sex club, that same day, I had my first ever tuna melt. Which don't pair well. No, nothing sexier than farting your way to a sex club. Yes. I was on air, but not the kind you thought. And so I get there, and I'm like, all right, you know, we got time. People are still mingling. I'm going to go shit. And I go in the bathroom, and I do my little witchcraft that ladies know how to do to not kill the vibe and make it smell. Guys, you should learn a thing or two. Anyway, I go in there, and when I come out, I guess there was like some unofficial start of sex because everyone was full-blown fucking. And I was like, okay, I saw the caterpillar. I see the butterfly. But like, how did we get there? You know, there's like no good way to join an orgy already in process. Yes. You know, you had to be there. You had to be there. And so I thought, like, okay, like, you know, we'll do our own thing. It's early. People aren't going to fuck forever. And they stopped fucking, as I predicted. And and we're like, this is our time. We're going to get on the bed for the second round of sex. And I did not anticipate this, but the bed was like soaked in all the love juices from the people before. And like, I'm the kind of person who masturbates with a towel down, so I was like, nope, not happening. It's like the people who go, like, I felt like it was rude though. I feel like it was the people who go to the gym and don't wipe down the equipment. Like, they could have taken the sheets with them. They should have a laundry room. It should feel very much like you're, you know, at home. Like, you fuck the sheets up, you gotta remake the bed. That's a new rule. Sex club rule. I just made it up. Is there anything else about the sex club? No. But after the sex club, me and my boyfriend got engaged. So, yeah. So, you know, I didn't even have to fuck anyone at the sex club. We just went to a sex club, and now he proposed. That's it. That was it. Excuse me, don't heckle me about our engagement story. But so we're thinking about weddings, and the one place I refuse to get married is in a barn, because I just don't understand why people love this like juxtaposition of like formal wear and like hay, like tuxedos and livestock. I don't get it. I feel like if you're like kids from a farm in Idaho and you have like a barn dance, that's cute, do it. But if you're like grown ass adults who live in Hoboken and you pay $20,000 to get married in a wedding, that's just like some bourgeoisie nonsense that I'm not here for. It's not cool. Okay, I'm just taking it all in. How am I doing on time? Feels like forever. What's my heart rate now? Guys, my heart rate went up 20 points since I've been on stage. It was 130 when I started. It's 151 now. I know this is riveting information. Riveting. Are you guys having fun? Just make some noise for me. Put some energy in the air. Woo! Yeah. All right, I'll tell you one more little joke and then I'll go. I hate that the phone's spying us for advertising. It's gone too far. Recently, I was talking to someone about protein powder, you know, in a conversation, and like 2 weeks after that, I got a sample of that protein powder in the mail at my house, which is totally creepy. But unfortunately, out loud, I said, oh, cool, I'm actually pretty excited to try this. And I was like, fuck, this is exactly how we got into the situation in the first place. You know, my phone just heard me say that, and now I'm rewarding this behavior. So I was like, that's it, I've had enough. So I'm like, listen here, phone, you better quit listening to me. It's not cute. It's not subtle. I'm not even buying the shit you're advertising, so just give it up. And what I learned from this is that if you yell at a phone for spying on you, it doesn't stop spying on you, and it doesn't stop giving you targeted ads. It simply gives you targeted ads exclusively for therapy apps. Yeah. Have a good rest of your night, guys. My name's been Francesca. Bye.
Give it up for Francesca Maglione, everybody! Honestly, guys, I'm pretty happy that my phone listens to me. Because if it didn't, who would? All right, we're going to keep this show rolling tonight. Your next comic coming to the stage is a first-timer here at the NJ Weedman's joint stage. First one to Late Night Hump tonight, whatever the fuck we call it tonight. Give it up for the hilarious Tyler Diggs, everybody!
What's up, three bodies? How y'all doing? Y'all good? This is nice, man. This is nice. I was so happy to come over here. I think Jordan was like, yo, come on, come through. It's lit. We got hella people coming through. I'm like, yeah. Then I come over here, it's just a backyard with chairs. This shit is crazy, bro. Like Trent, like out there is Trent, and back here is like, it looks like LA back here. Like it looks like California. Cause you got gates on the fucking windows. You got dogs pissing over here, around here and shit. What the fuck is going on? What you had to do? You ain't had shit to do today, huh? You ain't had no bills to pay? You was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go with no people is around. Where nobody can find me at this shit. Ain't nobody coming over here, bro. This shit crazy. All the way from Philly? Yo, how long is it drive? I know it's closer, right? 25? Shit, I drove an hour. Gas ain't expensive. I mean, it's cheap, bro. It's not cheap at all. An hour and 12 minutes. Yeah, whatever. She talking about all the way from, it was a 20-minute. I came all the way from North Jersey. That's farther. Huh? Yeah, but that's on the other, this is the other side of Jersey. This is like the back door of Jersey. This is not the front. I'm from Essex County, so that's North Jersey. Yeah, that's the front. We're the face of Jersey, you know what I'm saying? So. Huh? Yeah, we're closer to New York. Yeah, you ain't hear her in the accent? It's like, no, I'll play. I ain't got no accent. What's up, Ty? How you doing? Clap it up for Ty, man. We're from the same city, man. He the one who told me to come over here. He was like, yo, bro, it's lit over here. But hey, man, look, I humble myself when I do these shows, man, because, hey, can't go to the Apollo every day. But hey, before I start my set, this is not a teardrop, all right? Everybody thinks I killed somebody. I ain't killed nobody. I didn't, man. Seriously, they always be like, "Oh, look, that's Kevin Gates," or I didn't know Lil Wayne had a haircut, or some shit like that, man. People judge me off of this shit. The Arab dudes in the store judge me. They don't let me in the store in the gas station. This shit is stupid. I'm tired of being judged. I get judged off my zodiac sign. Do you believe in that shit? You do? Man, you read your horoscope this morning? What did your horoscope say? That what? That you was gonna be here? Let's see, that told you some bullshit. That's not what the horoscope say. The people believe that shit though. Like people that I date, girls that I date, they believe in that. A lot of them, because I'm a Pisces, and a lot of people say that the Pisces are emotional and shit, which I'm not. I'm not that emotional. Huh? I like to drink. I don't drink. See what I'm talking about? You don't know what the fuck she I don't drink. I drink water. But you know what drinking mean. We're grown over here talking about drinking water. Fuck out of here. You from Philly. Y'all don't drink water over there. I'll drink tap water over there. But yeah, man, they always be like, yo, Diggs, you're emotional. I'm like, no, I'm not. That's why I don't tell anybody my zodiac sign. If a girl asks me, what's your zodiac sign? I'll be like, I'm a good Diggitarius. I'm a good Diggitarius. My dick is so good, I used to fuck with this girl at the McDonald's, and after I fucked with the ice cream machine was always working. Yeah, man, I changed the life. For real, bro. I'm tired of getting judged, man. I get judged all the time, bro. That's why you gotta have standards, bro. I get judged off my legs because I'm bow-legged. You know, and people always judge me because I'm not tall enough. The girls that I date, they be like, "Oh, you're not even 6 feet." I fuck with dudes at 6 feet. I don't like bow-legged dudes. I'll be like, "Look, let me tell you something. Give me 30 minutes. You're gonna be bow-legged just like me, bitch." For real, you and me gonna be looking like brothers and sisters and shit, bro. For real, bro. It's judgment, bro. I hate being judged, dog. That's why I got standards. I like women with chin hair. I like women with chin hair because the pussy's wetter. Because, you know, when they have more fluids, you know, they're like plants. The shit starts to grow, you know what I'm saying? And it took me... Hey, man, that's real shit. And it took me till I was grown to realize, you know, the lunch lady at my school, you know, she might have had some good pussy, bro. The lunch lady at my school. For real, bro. Shit. That's why I got standards. I have to date women that's around 200 pounds or up. Because if I get in a fight, you fighting with me. For real, man. I got to, man. I'm tired of these little ass girls, $1.05 talking about, well, I got your back, babe. You don't even got your own back. A pistol weigh more than your little ass, bro. And then there's all that, oh, you might ride or die. We ain't riding shit. You just dying with your little ass, bro. Pathetic as hell. Standards, man. You gotta have the girl that's 200 pounds, man. 200 pounds with big titties. And make sure her back hurts. That's a fact, man. Seriously. You know you got big titties when your back hurt all the time, bro. Real shit, man. I'm telling you, standards, man. Standards. I don't like women that are vegan. Anybody vegan in here? Okay, good. Because, you know, vegan women don't eat meat. You know, they don't suck dick, man. They don't suck dick like they're supposed to. I hate that shit. I had a girl, I'll be like, yo, why don't you eat meat? All this protein I got. She's like, cuz if you eat too much meat, you know, it might affect the organs in your body. I said, look, don't be eating everybody's meat. Just eat my meat. Hey, man. It's the truth, bro. You gotta have standards, because Will Smith ain't got no standards. That's a fact, man. Will Smith does not have no standards, bro. He love him, man. He love that girl. You know why? Because she bald-headed now. And guess what? Bald-headed women are winning right now. You know why? Because they get dressed faster. They get dressed fast. I'm telling you. And they cheaper. What? That's a $20 haircut right there, yo. Come on now. They ain't get no better. You know how much money he saved on it? I smacked Chris Rock, too. Shit, don't be talking about my bald-headed bitch. That's my Bill Thud. That's my Cadbury cremade. For real, man. Let me tell you something. You gotta have standards, bro. But you smacked the wrong person, man. Chris Rock of all people. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to smack August Alsina. You guys remember what happened with August? Huh? Facts, man. He fucked Jada Pinkett in August. Right on the red table. He fucked her right on the red table, too. And they made a song about it in August. Y'all remember the song? The definition of entanglement is when you're tangled in the sheets. And he just sitting there like, I love Jada. Bitch. Tired of that shit, man. I was in Brooklyn the other day, right? Yesterday, actually. And I heard, you guys heard about the shooting yesterday in Boston? It was like, there's a bombing in Brooklyn. I thought they were talking about T.I. and the, cause he bombed the other day, you know, at the Barclays Center. Y'all heard about that? So I'm like, man, it ain't shit. It was Barclays Center. It's nothing crazy. So I go over there, you know, I'm like, oh shit, there was actually a shooting. Who you think took the biggest L? Chris Rock or T.I.? Of comedy. Who took the biggest L? What y'all think? Who y'all think took the biggest L? Chris Rock or T.I. in comedy? T.I.? I think so too. You know why? His country ass thought he could tell them country ass jokes in the East Coast. You can't do that shit. What the hell's wrong with you? We have nothing to laugh about around here. You gotta understand that. You know why? It's so hard to make Jersey and New York people laugh. You know why? Because the rent is so goddamn high. That's why. You can't make people laugh like that easy when we about to pay $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month. You think we're going to be smiling, bro? They ain't got shit to look. They paid $600 for a house over there in Atlanta. Fuck that. If you come over here, you better be, look, I got to pay $2,000 tonight. Exactly, for 1 bedroom. You better give me something to smile about, nigga. But hey, man, you gotta make sure everything costs money, bro. Everything costs money. Gas is costing money. We were just talking about gas. Gas is so expensive now. I'm thinking about cutting a hole in my car and yabba dabba doing my way to work now. I'm thinking about that shit. I'm like, you know what? This shit is too expensive. But I kind of flex sometimes. Like when I'm with a girl, I was with a ghetto bitch the other day, right? And she was from the projects, and she likes it when I get gas. I was like, fill it up regular. She was like, oh my God, it's the fill it up regular for me. Like, I'm like, what's wrong? It's just you got money. I'm like, man, I ain't got no money, man. Shit is bullshit, bro. I'm telling you, man. People lie. I notice like a lot of people lie all the time, bro. I have a lot of liars in my men lie. What do men lie about? What do you think men lie about? They lie about crying? What? They just hold it in. They don't have to lie. That's easy to do. But you know, men lie about money. Men lie about money a lot because it's prideful. Because I was in Brooklyn, like I said yesterday. There was a dude, right? He had a button-down shirt and buttons on his wrist, right? And it's a nice shirt, but it had a big-ass C, right? A big-ass C. I'm like, well, that's too big to be any expensive shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, bro, where you get that? He was like, oh, this Calvin Klein right here. The C for Calvin Klein. I'm like, yo, that's too big for a Calvin Klein shirt. That C stiff for Canal Street. For real, bro, that's fucked up. He was like, nah. I was like, how much it cost? He said $1,500. But the truth came out after I said, okay, that's a nice shirt. I'm gonna see you later. He was like, hold on. You got $20 I can borrow for gas? I'm like, oh, I thought you had a $1,500 shirt. Man, that's all I had. I'm like, man, lie, bro. I had to lie the other day. I had to lie about with my friend and shit. He asked me a fucked up question. I didn't know how to answer it. He was like, Tyler, this is my boy, and he's black too. He's like, yo, Tyler, why the condoms getting so baggy nowadays? I didn't know what to tell him. I'm like, I don't want to tell him his dick is small and shit. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, are you losing weight? You getting sick? I haven't seen you eat in like 3 days. He was like, yeah, maybe it's that. I'm telling you. What do women lie about? Ladies? What do y'all lie about? Nothing? I know you're not shaking your head talking about nothing. Women lie all the time. What do you lie about? Don't look at, she was like, looking like a possum. I know what women lie about. Women lie about body counts. They love that shit. They love lying about it. Because every girl I ask, I'll be like, yo, how many dudes you been with? They'd be like, 3. They're that stupid ass, like, it's always 3. It's always 3, nigga, because it's never 3, bro. She be 34 years old talking about 3. Like, girl, you 34 years old and you went to the club yesterday and you didn't get no dick? Crazy. She see how she laughing because it's true. She got, how many bodies you got? 3. How many you got? Say 3. It's all right. Just say 3. Just say 3. I know. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's 3. It's just 3. Yeah, man. You gotta stop lying around here, bro. I'm a swim instructor. I know I'm black and shit. You wouldn't think that, you know, because black people don't really swim. I understand. But hey, I swim all the time. I'm like the Barack Obama of swimmers. For real. Like, I had the little Asian girl I hate the kids at my job. I had this little Asian girl at my job. He was like, Mr. Tyler, I see 5 yellow fish. I was like, what 5 yellow fish? I don't see any 5 yellow fish. He was like, the 5 yellow fish right there. Talking about my toes. She pointed at my toes, right? And she was like, Mr. Tyler, why your feet look like that? I told the little Asian girl, I was like, cuz your auntie ain't do a good job at the nail salon, bitch. Fuck them kids, man. I ain't got time for them kids, bro. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. These kids, they don't want to do shit in life nowadays. They don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They got their priorities fucked up. When I was a kid, people wanted to be firefighters, policemen, actors, all that shit. They don't even want to do that. I asked the little boy at my job, I was like, hey, what you want to be when you grow up? This nigga talking about Elmo. I want to be Elmo when I grow up. I'm like, Elmo? You want to be Elmo out of all people? You want to be Elmo? Like, bro, like, first of all, Elmo been on the block for how long? He's been out since 84. This guy's 42 years old telling people to do their ABCs and listen and read their imagination. Elmo been listening to his imagination for 40 years and he's still on Sesame Street. And you want to be like Elmo when you grow up? There's other people you want to be like. There's like Chris Rock. Chris just got the rock slapped out of him the other day. And you want to be like Elmo? And he's still doing comedy. I don't know. That's just me. That's fucked up. I don't know. Well, all right, man. Let me get out of this backyard, bro. I think that's my time. I lost y'all after the fucking Asian shit. Because y'all was like, that's no funny. Is anybody part Asian around here? I didn't mean to fuck anybody wave up. All right? All right, man. My name is Diggs. I'm going to see y'all later. Y'all enjoy the rest of the night.
Give it up for Tyler Diggs, everybody! Did he say something racist while I was gone? I missed it then. Wow. So then it's like he wasn't even racist. We'll keep the show rolling. Your next comic coming to the stage is a favorite of NJ Weedman's joint and the Late Night Hump. Give it up for the very funny Rainey.
Hey, keep it going for Jay Freeze, y'all. And everybody that touched Mike tonight, man. This is great, yo. This is great, man. These guys are funny. Tyler Diggs, man. That shit's funny, man. From Montclair. This young brother. It's funny. Because I'm from Montclair. My name is Todd. My name is not Tyler, though. They always think it's Todd. They always fuck me up. They always say, hey, Todd. White people do that shit all the time. Hey, Todd. I'm like, no. My name is Ty. There's only like 8 Todds in the fucking world, right? Like Todd Bridges and like 7 other niggas. Todd Bridges is on crack. I don't want to be in the same circle as him. I'm Ty Raney. I'm from Montclair, man. Todd Bridges had a horrible fall. Whew. But let's talk about it. Chris Rock is crazy. Jada Pinkett's crazy. If I was Chris Rock, I would have done something. I would have jumped on Will's back or some shit. I'd have been, fuck this. I ain't never coming back to the Oscars. I'm going to jump on this nigga's back. I know I can't beat him. Because you know Chris inside was like, I can't beat this motherfucker. Because you think about it, that's a lot of pressure. That's more than just a camera phone on you. You at the Oscars, you got to square up with Will Smith. He played Ali. All that shit ain't acting. He really sparred. He really got in shape. There's muscle memory there. Chris was like, fuck it, let me eat this shit. I would have pushed the envelope. I would have been like, man, fuck you and Curious George, nigga. I would have called Jada Curious George. I'd be like, fuck you and Curious George, motherfucker. I used to love Jada Pinkett too. I had a crush on her in college, but not no more. She seemed evil, man. How you gonna fuck your son's boy? That's who August Alsina was, your son's boy. Come to the house. Could you imagine coming over to your friend's house smashing his mother? Yeah. Could you imagine that shit? You coming over to play Madden? You talking about, yo, pause this real quick. That's some disrespectful shit. That's a family beatdown. Are you crazy? Hollywood is nuts. How much money are they really getting to turn their head? Because I don't get that much. I'd have killed some motherfucker about it. I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? I guess there's a certain tax bracket for you to really turn the cheek on some shit because I'm not in it. I'm definitely not in it. They didn't put me on that email distribution list. They didn't tell me about none of this shit. This is wild. I am happy to be here, though. It's a beautiful night. Finally, the weather has broke, right? Shit, the bugs are out. Shit. You know, when the bugs are out, I'm not a bug person. Yeah, I love the summer, but I could do without all the bugs and shit, especially bees. I got a history with bees. You know, I had a swarm of bees chase me through the woods one time when I was camping. Because I had citrus shampoo, but that's some other bullshit. that I packed wrong. I was in my mother's shit. I was packing my mother's stuff, and I used some of her shampoo, and I washed it with citrus. And I went hiking through the woods, and the fucking swarm of bees chased me all the way to the community bathrooms. And I ran in Tim's. Bruh, if there was some kind of like Hoodwood Olympics, I would have came gold. I would have made gold. I was with a group of people. I took off. The bees weren't bothering nobody but me. I said, yo, they ain't chasing y'all? While I was running in the circle, they're like, nah, they were already around your head. I said, I'm out. That traumatized me. I had trauma to this day. It's bad. I remember my son was like 3 years old. We was out on the porch having a good time, eating cookies and stuff. And I gave him half the cookie, and all of a sudden a bee came flying over. And I opened the door. I said, buddy, get in, get in, get in. And he stood there with the cookie, and he started pointing to cars and shit. I went inside. And I looked at him through the screen, and I talked to him. I said, buddy, come on. The bee is going to sting you. It's hovering around your face. And he kept pointing to the cars and shit. And my wife was like, go and get him. I was like, no, you see that bee hovering around his face? I don't think he's going to be allergic. These kids grew up different, man. You know, I'm an 80s baby, man. These kids have EpiPens and shit. I don't remember having an EpiPen. Like, I grew up, I'm 76, you know, born in 76. I'm not 76. If I was 76, y'all be like, damn. Where is he getting his black soap from? 125th in Harlem. But yeah, born in 76, we didn't have EpiPens and stuff like that for kids. Now, my son had an EpiPen. He grew up with an EpiPen because he had peanut allergies, but I didn't know. But before that, what the fuck is going on here? Is it shooting the wire? Oh, that's my man over there. But before he had an EpiPen, I used to give him, I remember giving him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My wife called me. She said, listen, keep him away from the peanut butter. And I was just staring at him while he was eating it. And I was like, I think he's good. And I had the EpiPen out ready. But I was just sitting there on the low, like behind my back, like I was an assassin, like I was going to hit him with 20 cc's. If I see him looking a little funny, like his lips start to swell, I was like, ha! I hit him in the neck with that shit. I didn't even know where to stick him. Supposed to stick him in the thigh. I'm about to poke this motherfucker right in this jugular with the fucking EpiPen. Just because his eyes twitching and shit. I think we used to take naps. When we was allergic to stuff, they'd be like, go take a nap. They ain't have no remedies for anything like for us. We were all the safety kids. We were like the test kids for you, Tyler, growing up. We grew up with cars with no airbags and shit, man. Look, we made it. You know what I mean? Some of our seatbelts didn't lock when you hit the belt, you know, when you hit the brakes. They were trophy accessories. Those were belts. Nowadays, they lock. You hit the brakes, they lock. Back then, you hit the brakes, it was just belt. The shit was still loose. If you didn't tighten it up, that's your ass. People looking at you, why didn't you tighten your belt up? God, hit that hard-ass dashboard, death by dashboard. Shit. Old school. I got a 15-year-old son at home now, man. 15, boy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. You know what that means? It's definitely two dudes jerking off in the house now. This shit is fucking uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable because, you know, the jerking off part is just because it's just the phases happen so fast. You know, he was just a little boy one day. Now he's eye to eye with me and shit. And I used to tease him about that when he was like 10. I was like, hey, knock on the door. Hey, what are you doing in there jerking off? He'd be like, hey, man, no, I'm not, Dad. Get out of here. And I'd laugh and shit. I'm like, now I do that shit. I knock on the door. I'm like, hey, what are you doing in there jerking off? He'd be like, not right now. Perhaps later. That shit's not as funny. My son is a little gifted kid. He's autism. My son has autism. He's on the spectrum, high function autism. So he's super bright, but he over fixates about shit. You know what I mean? He can really get into stuff. You know, but I can't help him with his homework anymore. That's how advanced he is. I just look at it with him, like I just read along. I'm like, yeah, this look good. This is great. It's completed. That's about all I know. I was like, yep, you did all 10. Submit it. It's a new day and age, man. These kids are smart as shit. I've been paying for college since he was 5. I don't know what is going on, man. I'm waiting for the payout. This is like, okay, you gonna make $1 million now? Because he's always in his room on the computer. He's in the metaverse. You guys seen the metaverse? No, you see, Freeze, you seen the metaverse? My son has an apartment in the metaverse. That shit is nicer than our house. I put the headphones on. I was like, I didn't want to leave. It was up in metaverse, people in there and shit, avatars and stuff. It was like a unicorn with fucking dinosaur legs and shit there, and little baby arms and stuff chilling in his apartment. I was like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Zach. I was like, who the fuck? What the fuck is Zach doing? I took all that shit off. I started whispering. I was like, yo, I think some of your friends are on drugs, man. Who the fuck? So you got a dinosaur body. Oh man, this is great coming out here. As you get older, though, I'll tell you one thing: you start looking at things differently in life, right? Plans like this show. The show started at 8 o'clock. He was like, okay, I can make that. So, you know, it's on the cusp usually. People try to encourage me. You got to come and do it out, man. Do it for the culture. Do the comedy for the culture. I can't, man. I go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock now. I can't do shit for the fucking culture, man. I go to bed too early to do anything for the fucking culture. Culture called me and wake me the fuck up. I'm like, hey, man, I was asleep. You ain't coming out? No, I can't do it for the culture tonight. I was asleep for the culture. For the culture. I'm like, fuck the culture, nigga. I am tired. I am exhausted as an adult. Trying to have morning sex, I'm 45. That shit hit you like an edible. You be all fucked up later. Your knees be weak. You be lightheaded, drinking water, wondering, trying to count how many times you ate. You be like, what did I have for breakfast? What time did I get up? Damn. What kind of moon is it? You be trying to look at something. Is it a high tide? You don't know what's going on. Shit. Because now we just turn on the TV and pick a movie to fall asleep to, don't we? Right? We don't even focus. Are you married? You're engaged? Oh, look, this guy's not happy. Look at him. I can see it's like a flip book of his life going through his mind right now. He's like, man, should I do this shit? The weather's breaking. No, congratulations, man. You're engaged. When you getting married? Damn, he set that date back like a motherfucker. He said, hey, the pandemic kind of pushed us back and set us back. I didn't work for a couple of months. She didn't work for a couple of months. The place we had a deposit on, they took it, and the pandemic closed. We were going to do it. You were going to do it 2 years ago because of the pandemic? Is that what? No, you met her during the pandemic? You guys met online? Oh, that's that new shit, meeting online. What's your profile pic? Don't tell me it's with that orange hat, because that's creepy. I'm going to go online. You didn't close your account. You're still on there with the orange hat fishing. People online got some creepy ass account profile pictures, man. I seen these guys, man. Yo, the nerve of us, fellas. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Clean up, get a nice profile pic. Dudes be in their car and shit, taking selfies with other dudes in the car, and that's their profile pic. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This man is 42, trying to find love. No wonder these women are mad. They are angry at this shit. I'd be mad too. You just got dudes sitting in an old ass living room taking pictures like this, just in a towel and shit, just with loafers on, all oiled up and stuff, oiled up with a towel. You'd be like, yo, that's what's out there? That's what's out there? They like this. They stand like this. Like if sexy was a trophy, they'd be bronzed out like this with a towel. And they just stand in their loafers like this in the profile pic. And the phone be resting on the mantle or something. So it got a picture of everything in the background. It'd be kids' bikes and shit in the background. It'd be broken blinds and broken pictures and shit. You'd be like, no one told you this was bad? No one dropped a comment and said, hey, take another pic. That's the funny thing. No one gives a fuck either. No one cares to correct anybody. I'd leave a comment, but it's bad out there. I'm married. It's been 18 years. 18 years, brother. Yeah. I'm gonna drop some jewels on you, man. Thank you. Don't clap. That shit ain't, she ain't here. Don't clap. She ain't here for it. She's at home. Actually, my wife don't even know I'm here right now. She think I'm taking out the garbage. I fucking took it out, man. She was like, why you got your car key? I'm like, I got garbage in the car, too. I gotta empty this shit out. When you marry, you gotta have all the excuses to buy yourself some time. That's what it's all about, buying time till you die now. With your spouse. That's it. Buy time for yourself until you die. That's it, man. After this, I'm gonna go to the supermarket, spend another half hour outside. Come back with 3 more cases of water, because it's cheap. But everybody loves water. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves water, man. Don't come back with chips and all this other bullshit, because that's something to complain about. Who complains about water? She complaining about water, like, oh, hey, babe, I got 2 more cases of water. It's gonna be hot all summer. Hey, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Get her some shit too, right? You know what I'm saying? And when you do go food shopping by yourself. Volunteer for that. By yourself. Time away. You know what I mean? Get everything on the list, but always forget one thing. Always. You know why? So you can go back the fuck out. You know what I mean? 20 more minutes by yourself. Then you do some other bullshit. You know what I mean? That's the stuff I'm talking about. Tyler talking about what y'all lying about. I don't lie about shit like that. I just lie about time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here. She'd be like, where were you at? Oh, I was riding around and shit. It looked good in Trenton. I just like the lights when I see, you know, the world take, Trenton make, and all that shit. Brings a tear to my eye thinking about the war and all this stuff. And nobody gave back to Trenton. And Jay-Z took so much from Trenton, you can tell, because he's rich as fuck. You know what I mean? He got rich off these blocks. He raps about it. You know what I'm saying? That's a sad sign when you see him when you cross the bridge. Trenton makes, the world takes. He's like, oh, damn. Hey, buds. That's the Winter Soldier dog. You gotta watch him. You see a certain combo of words, he just goes and activates and starts attacking motherfuckers. Like, you say pineapple, sledge, 9, wood, grinder, sativa, purple punch. Dog starts shaking and shit. Looks like, oh my god. Y'all the X-Men fans, Winter Soldier, and he's like, stop, don't say it. He's reading the book. Pineapple, glue, dog toy, wolf, woof. All right, I'm out of here. I'm tired, Raney, man.
Ty Rainey, everybody! Keep it going for him! Ty's great. He's a vegan. You know, I'm also a vegan. Going vegan is great, you know? You eat healthy for the first time and you're like, oh shit, did I just eat an edible? Like, this is like the best I've felt in like 6 years. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I'm just happy. What's it like to be happy? Yeah, Instagram's interesting. Somebody was talking about social media and stuff like that, I think, before. I knew this one guy who, like, only went on his Instagram to post pictures of him and his girlfriend. Like, it just became, like, the girlfriendstagram. And it was just him and his girlfriend. And I wanted to, like, DM him and be like, you know there's a thing for pictures of you and your girlfriend, right? It's called a photo album. You don't need to post just that. Like, I get it, you love your partner, but like, post some clouds or something. You know, post a picture of I don't know, a new car, like an old car, somebody else's car. I don't care. Just post something different every once in a while. Did you guys read that report that most people have microplastics in their system? You guys read that? Yeah. We all have microplastics in our system, apparently. Except me, I'm the best, so I have macroplastics. I literally just have like saran wrap going through my veins right now. Well, what is this little one? No, I said that already. That's cool. That's cool. No, you guys are really great. Once I get out of here, I bathe in cow shit. You know, because like mushrooms, like they grow in cow shit. So I want to have magical properties. So I bathe in cow shit for 8 hours a day. No, but after that, I'll probably go to bed. And I appreciate you guys all coming out to Late Night Hump Comedy Night. We're here every first, second, and third hump day of the month, which the third hump day of the month happens to be 4/20. So it's going to be an extra special Late Night Hump. I encourage you to come back out, but we're here every month with musicians, crazy troops, stand-up comics, existential crises. We've had breakups on shows, I think. Everything happens. That didn't happen tonight. No, tonight we all brought love together. Thank you to the people who were out here. Thank you to the people who watched at home. If you're one of those weirdos who gets talked to sleep by me at the end of the show, now it's your time to shine. Smoke up your last bowl. I'm gonna talk you to sleep. You know, I was thinking a lot about baseball and how good that is, because they just talk at you for 3 hours. That is just like nothingness for 3 hours. You just feel like you're listening to a podcast, and it's not a podcast. It's just people giving you the play-by-play and just random stories. So I hope your dream has some random stories tonight. This is your chance to roll up your joint before it's too late, you know? Because, like, what if you don't smoke the joint before you fall asleep? You know? You might actually dream tonight. But, no. Maybe tonight's your night off from weed, and you're having really scary dreams. So I welcome you into Scary Dream World, made by Guillermo del Toro. That's the guy, right? He's the right director. Yeah, I'm high sometimes, so I'm gonna say like a different Guillermo. You know. Nah, I don't know how many Guillermos do you think there are? How many Guillermos do you think there are in the world?
472,000.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Is this like in different universes? She said 400,000 billion. Oh my gosh. Maybe everybody is Guillermo. Maybe Guillermo is God, you know? I don't know. Guillermo will definitely put us to sleep tonight. I hope your dream has like 100 people named Guillermo who are just like giving you a massage, but just like only like 1% of your body. You know, they're just assigned like a chunk of your breast area to massage, or just the bottom of your heel. I don't know. In your dream, you could kind of get massaged anywhere. You know, you could get massaged from the inside. Have you ever thought about that? I guess women get to do that, and gay men also get to do that. But like massage from like the inside of you, like from your lungs or something like that. Not just like your regions downstairs. But yeah, hopefully in your dream you feel what it feels like to have your legs massaged from the inside. Think about that a little bit, you know? Wouldn't that be nice to have your legs massaged from the inside? I feel like there's a good business in that, you know? Maybe a small little cell guys that just like just pushing out the internal massage. Maybe I could specialize in that. I'm looking for a new job. Do you guys have good jobs? Do you guys have one for me? This is me networking. I thought this is how you get the good jobs. All right, maybe somebody in the dream world has a job for me, you know? I don't know. There are definitely jobs just to sleep. I've seen those. You seen those advertised? They just hook you up to a bunch of machinery and tell you to sleep, and they're just like, all right, if you thought you didn't have privacy before with your cell phone computer, now we're going inside your head, and we're gonna know exactly how you sleep. But for science, you know, yeah. I don't want to go down this. No, I almost started talking about some stuff, but I don't want to go down that wormhole right now. I feel like that wormhole is a little too deep at this point for talking people to sleep. No, I've just had a lot of conspiracy theorists talking to me lately, and they're always like trivia hosts, you know? Like they're just like, oh, like, have you ever thought about who's flying the Earth? And it's just like, no, I didn't think somebody was flying the Earth, and they're just like, yes, it's the aliens, I told you. It's like, oh shit. Yo, dogs, don't eat the styrofoam. Alright, styrofoam. Alright, yeah, the food is so good here that the dogs love it. So make sure that you get some food when you're not sleeping at your house on your mattress right now. There are very cute dogs here at all times, so if you have a dog allergy, probably send somebody else in here. But this has been a great night. I hope you're drifting off to sleep and you've enjoyed the sound of my voice. I've been Jordan Freed. You can follow me at Late Night Hump online and at J Freeze with 3 E's in the middle. Give it up for Tyler Diggs, Ty Rainey, Andrew Steiner, Francesca Maglione, and yourselves for coming out and supporting live entertainment. You guys are all beautiful. Smoke a lot of weed. We'll be back next week when it's going to be mobbed up in here. There's going to be like people on stage like while the comics are up here. There's going to be so many things going on. I think DJ Alamo's coming out. If you're into DJs, I think he's a notable DJ. I don't know. He'll be out here. He's hanging around. So have a good night. Smoke mushrooms, everybody.